and webcast. I am Mark Holly. Alongside with me, as always, is Philip Jackson. So, Philip, I know we got a lot of rain last night. How much did we get? And is it
Starkville, we actually got a little over 2.5 inches, and some people might consider that a monsoon season, but in other countries, 2.5 inches isn't really nothing for a monsoon. But around Starkville, roads were flooding. We had some parking lots that were flooding, just damage all over the place from floods. So we had a lot of rain move through this week, and we're going to have a little bit more move in on the weekend on Saturday. I'll tell you more about that here in a little bit. And we might be on a transition from winter to spring, so just be aware of that. Temperatures will be rising as we move throughout the week next week into the weekend, pushing the 70 mark for the Golden Triangle area. Some temperatures around there: 49 in Jackson, 45 up in Tupelo, 48 over in Birmingham. And the warm spot on my map right now is New Orleans, coming in at 64 degrees. And we'll zoom out a little bit and take a little broader area. We have all this cold air that's to our north up in the Midwest, 44 in Little Rock, 42 up in St. Louis. That cold air just didn't make it down as far as we thought last night. Temperatures did not get as cool. It got down to 38 degrees last night. It should get down to about that tonight. So not much of a temperature change for the nights, but the days will be a little warmer starting tomorrow. They will warm up just a little bit. But cloud cover is just persistent all across the southeast, has been for the past 5 days. So we've had the subtropical jet from the southwest just pushing moisture up into our area, just moisture after moisture. It didn't stop all weekend. We had rain all weekend. We had some ice on Monday morning, just socked in with clouds everywhere. And these clouds are going to be along with us for today and into tomorrow, and they will clear out through the day tomorrow thanks to some heating that we will get. And we'll look underneath the clouds and actually see the rain that we have received in the past 12 hours. And Starkville is about right here. And just watch my finger and just see all the rain that just pushed through the area throughout the night into tomorrow. It rained all day on yesterday. So just rain, rain, rain. And you need two things when you have rain. You need lift and you need moisture. And we've had all that because we've had a low pressure system that is centered off of the coast of the Carolinas that has created a cold front, and that has produced lift. And we've had all this moisture coming from Texas and Louisiana up into our area, and it equals rain, and it equals a lot of rain. And we have had a lot of rain. You can see rain stretching all the way from Louisiana up into the eastern part of Virginia. None of that is snow because the air is warmer than 32 degrees above the surface. So none of it has this weather, just a lot of flooding, maybe some flash floods in parts of Georgia and Alabama. Birmingham received 2 inches of rain yesterday. They had some flash flooding around the area. So just be aware of that as you're traveling in the southeast today. We will have some chances of flooding throughout the day. And here's that cold front I was telling you that is associated with the low pressure center that is off the coast of the Carolinas that is producing all this lift, and you can just see the moisture right behind the front. And it's going to scoot to the south throughout the day today and tonight, and clear skies, partly cloudy skies for tomorrow, thanks to this high pressure that is centered over the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. And it's just gorgeous weather for tomorrow. Temperatures should be around 60 degrees for tomorrow, so just be aware that the temperatures will be nice and it will be gorgeous for tomorrow. Today we'll have a high of around 60 degrees. It will be partly cloudy throughout the day, some sun, some clouds, a north wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tonight, we will get down to a low of 38 degrees. It will also be partly cloudy. It will probably clear out more tonight in the later part of the morning than it will in the night. So when you wake up in the morning, there will be less clouds than when you went to bed. It will be cooler tonight than it was last night. We'll not get below freezing, so we'll not have nothing to worry about in that area. And the north wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, we're looking at a high of around 66 degrees. It's just going to be gorgeous out there. Sunny skies, few clouds in the air, in the sky, partly cloudy, and it will be warmer at 66 degrees and with the south wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We're looking at rain on Saturday, like I said, and we could have rain possibly coming into the area on Tuesday and into Wednesday, so and Thursday also. So next week will be cooler, or will be wet again, but temperatures will be
Well, there's a lot of areas in the country that won't be hitting 70 degrees anytime soon. Most of those areas are into the north, I'd say above Highway 80 as Highway 80 goes across the country. what's going to happen is we're kind of set up right now. What's going to happen, cold air is going to push in for the weekend, which will lead to a cold weekend for most parts of the country, say, Philly, up into New York, and places like that. But right now, in the Twin Cities, we do have some snow reported, and into Atlanta, there is some rain, and also in D.C. The good news is, where it is raining and snowing, there's low travel delays, which is good if you're traveling today. Satellite and radar over the last 12 hours, we do have some rain across Atlanta and across into Alabama and South Carolina. We do have a Clipper system, which is working its way into parts of Montana, into South Dakota and North Dakota. This is going to move across the northern tier of the states into Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin tomorrow. And what this is going to do is, what Clipper systems do, they move through quick, drop an inch or two of snow in a real small select area, and the temperatures will drop. 16 right now in the Twin Cities, 32 in Chicago, and 40 in D.C. These temperatures are going to be mild to compare what's going to happen over the weekend. Like I said, Clipper system number 1 is right here over Sault Ste. Marie, and there's another one off our map up into Alberta, Canada. And what happens is high pressure, cold Canadian high is going to move in. And that's all there is to it, and drop a little bit of snow. And again, showers are going to spread into places like Milwaukee, up into upstate New York, but high pressure is going to dominate the country tomorrow and into possibly most parts of the weekend. The southeast might be even receiving a little bit of rain, and into parts of like Georgia and Alabama, again, might be receiving some rain this weekend. Some selected cities, Holly, New York, my favorite city, 41 today with some snow. St. Louis, Missouri, 57. Down into Princeton, New Jersey, 46 with a chance of showers. And up into the mountain country of Missoula, Montana, 40. Now, we're going to zoom in a little bit on Holly, New York. Holly, New York is right about here on the lee side of Lake Ontario. And what happens when I talk about lake effect is, like I said, Clipper system will move through. Winds will switch around and come off the lake and produce very intense, locally heavy snow bands. Now, places like Cleveland, Erie, Pennsylvania, up into Orchard Park, New York, Buffalo, New York, and even into the Tokyo Plateau, some areas can receive over 200 inches of snow per year. Now, usually this late in the year, lake effect is not that common, but because of the warm January we've had, there's not a lot of ice on the lakes, and now with that cold air coming through, and the lakes are just open just enough to produce a couple light bands of lake effect snow. So if you're traveling up a Highway 90 or Interstate 94, do not be prepared. Do be prepared to see some snow possibly.
Not as much as last week. Today, but temperatures will rise as we move throughout the week. We're looking at 62 on one day and jumping up to 67 on Thursday, with our lows only dropping down to freezing once, which is on Saturday night, but we have no chances of any freezing precipitation or snow or anything. It's just going to hit the low after the rain quits, and nothing will be frozen when it don't really see a change. It's probably going to rain next weekend also, the way the maps are looking, but we just have to keep our eye on it. And I am Philip Jackson alongside Mark Holly, and this has been our Thursday edition